What types of equity awards do public companies grant, and who do they grant them to? In this video, I'm going to cover 4 trends in the use of equity incentives by public companies. The data that I'm going to present is from the 2021 Equity Incentives Design Survey, which is published by the NASPP and Deloitte Consulting. Let's start with trend number 1. I often hear the claim that public companies only offer equity to their executives. But what we find in the survey is that it is actually quite common for public companies to extend equity programs down below their executive levels. In fact, over 90% of public companies offer equity programs to their middle managers, over 70% offer equity to their junior management, and nearly 60%, that's over half, offer equity programs to their general workforce. So, what types of equity programs do they offer? Well, nearly half, 49%, have an employee stock purchase plan, which is generally going to be open to substantially all employees of the company. But it's also common to see RSUs offered below the executive level. In fact, 82% of respondents to the survey offer restricted stock units to middle managers. That means that middle managers receive RSUs at more companies than they have an opportunity to participate in an ESPP at. For junior managers, about half of respondents to the survey offer RSUs. Now, when we get down to the general workforce, RSUs are a lot less common, with less than a quarter of companies offering them at that level, which means that for the general workforce, the most common form of equity that they receive is an employee stock purchase plan. For trend number 2, this probably comes as no surprise to a lot of you, but technology companies are a lot more likely to extend equity awards into their broad-based population than companies outside of the tech sector. In fact, when we look at restricted stock units, tech companies are 1.2 times as likely to offer RSUs to their middle managers. They're 1.6 times as likely to offer RSUs to their junior managers. And they are 3 times as likely to offer RSUs to their general workforce as non-technology companies. Technology companies are also more likely to have an employee stock purchase plan. They're 1.6 times as likely to have an ESPP as other types of companies. Now, you might be wondering, why am I only focused on RSUs and employee stock purchase plans? Well, that's because regardless of industry, even among technology companies, it is very rare for companies to offer any other type of equity vehicle below their executive level. We very rarely see performance awards or stock options offered to any employees besides executives. And in fact, over half of respondents to the survey don't grant stock options to any of their employees, not even their executives. So that moves us to trend number 3. We've talked a lot about broad-based plans. Let's talk about what kind of equity executives do receive. What we find in the survey is that at most companies, executives are receiving multiple types of equity awards. You can see that here on my chart. Gray means the executives are getting only one type of equity award. Blue means that the executives at that level are getting 2 or more types of equity awards. And you can see there's a lot of blue in this chart. The most common practice is to grant a mix of 2 types of equity awards to executives, and those 2 types are typically going to be time-based restricted stock units and performance awards. But that brings me to my 4th trend, which is that tech companies still lag just a little bit behind other companies when it comes to granting performance awards. Tech companies outside of the tech sector are 1.1 times more likely to grant performance awards to their named executive officers, and they are 1.2 times more likely to grant performance awards to their other senior managers. Now, tech companies are catching up, particularly at the named executive officer level. That 1.1 ratio is down from 1.3 in 2016. These trends were brought to you by the 2021 Equity Incentives Design Survey, which is published by the NASPP and Deloitte Consulting. Nearly 400 public companies participated in the survey. All of the respondents are public companies. Private companies were not permitted to participate in the survey. Over a third of respondents were technology companies, and 92% of the respondents are headquartered here in the United States. But 85% offer equity to employees outside of their headquarter country. I hope you enjoyed my trends. If you did, please subscribe to the NASPP's YouTube channel so you are notified when we post new videos. Heck, even if you didn't enjoy the video, subscribe anyway. Maybe you'll like the next one. Thanks for watching.